Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my students. As I told you in our previous lecture that this lecture will be on the third lesson. The third lesson is basically a poem, The Blades of Grass. The Blades of Grass. And the name of the poet is Stephen Crane. Stephen Crane. Now it's a short poem without any rhyming words. And you can see that even the lines are not of the same length. Some lines are short, some are long. And basically such a poem may be called a didactic poem. A didactic poem is basically a poem that carries some moral lesson. So, at the end of the poem, you will get that moral lesson. The title, The Blades of Grass. The word blade is used for leaves. Blade is a leaf. The long leaves of grass are called blades. So, these blades of grass have been used as a metaphor by the poet. He says, well, let's make a simple reading of the poem first of all, and then I'll explain. In heaven, some little blades of grass stood before God. What did you do? Then all save one of the little blades began eagerly to relate, impatiently narrate the merits of their lives. This one stayed a small way behind, ashamed. Presently, God said, "And what did you do?" The little blade answered, "Oh my Lord, memory is bitter to me. For if I did good deeds, I know naught of them. Then God in all his splendor, grandeur, brilliance, arose from his throne. Oh, best little blade of grass," he said. So, you can see that the poem is written in stanza form. The poet has divided the poem in two stanzas. But as I told you earlier, these stanzas have lines of unequal length. In heaven, in the sky, heaven, you know, is used for sky, paradise. Firmament is another word. Firmament. 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 So, some little blades of grass stood before God. Now, the poet is pointing out that perhaps it is the judgment day, the day of judgment, and some little leaves of grass are standing before God. And God asked them, "What did you do? What did you do?" Now, God gives them a chance to explain how they spent their lives, and different blades came forward and started narrating, telling whatever they had done. Then all save one, then all save one of little blades, all save one. Then all save one of the little blades, save one, leaving out one. Then all save one, only one remained outside and the other one came forward, and they began eagerly, keenly, fondly, 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 with interest, to some extent we may say with pride, to relate. To relate is to narrate, to state, to tell. Impatiently narrate. Impatiently, without patience, quickly. They started narrating, describing, stating the merits of their lives. Merits, good qualities, good deeds of their lives. So they started describing the good deeds that they had performed when they were on the earth. This one stayed a small way behind. However, this little blade of grass that hadn't come forward stayed a small way behind. He remained behind. A little behind, small way, a little. And he seemed to be ashamed. He was not proud. He was feeling ashamed. Presently, God said, presently, after some time, soon, God said, and what did you do? Now, God addressed this small blade of grass who was ashamed of himself and asked him, and what did you do? Then little blade answered, oh my Lord. Now this blade answered very shyly, oh my Lord. Oh my Lord is an expression of surprise. So it is an exclamation. He said, well, my Lord, memory is bitter to me. I don't have very good memory. Memory is bitter to me. To be bitter here means not very good. Memory has left me. Memory has deserted me. Memory has left me alone. It is bitter to me. I don't have very good memory. That's why I have forgotten. For if I did good deeds, I know not of them. Because even if I perform some good deeds on the earth, now I don't remember them. I have forgotten all of them because my memory is not good. Then God, in all his splendor, glory, grandeur, greatness, dignity, and brilliance, shining, arose from his throne. So God stood up from his throne. Throne is royal chair, his godly chair, his divine chair. He arose, he stood up. Oh, best little blade of grass, he said. And the remark passed by God at that time was this one, and it is praise, it is appreciation on the part of God for this humbleness of this little blade of grass, who might have performed good deeds, but he is so humble that he had forgotten all those good deeds now. He didn't have a record of those good deeds in his memory. So God appreciated this little blade of grass for his humbleness, for his modesty, and for his simplicity. So now, having read the whole poem, you can easily see that the blades of grass is basically a metaphor here, and this metaphor stands for human being. On the day of judgment, God will ask every human being what they did in the world, and there we are supposed to be humble. We are not to crow about, to feel proud of, to describe very proudly our achievements, our contributions, our services, our deeds, because in the presence of Allah Almighty, we are to be very humble, very modest, and because we are nothing other than slaves of God. So that's the message of this poem. So today we'll end here, just a simple reading and some explanation. Inshallah, in our next lesson, we'll do some more work on this poem. Thank you very much.